I'm using my Gelli plate as a stamping pad to create this week's Masterboard Monday project, and I'll get some great polls for future projects too. Hi, I'm Christine, the artist behind Arlissa Designs, and I'm happy you're here. Welcome. I took out a few stamps. I have some of these stamps that I created myself, and I'm going to try and do a masterboard. I'm going to stick with the Valentine's Day colors for another couple of weeks, I think. And then I'm going to go back to my favorite aquas and teals and blues. But I thought I'd make one giant master board for whatever I want to create. I've got enough stuff to make some Valentine's Day cards. I might use some of these pieces from this masterboard to add to it. But today I want to do something a little more vintage and girly. And I'll put the stamps that I have here in the description. I don't know if I'm going to use all these. I just gathered them all to see what I'm going to do. But I will show you one idea that I have. This is my box of tags. And I give them away all the time, so it's kind of running low. So you've probably seen a lot of these in videos as I created them. So today I'm gonna use this opportunity, since I don't use pinks and reds all the time, to kind of load up my ephemera box that I created, by the way. I'll have to take a picture and add it here so you can see, because I don't want to move my camera, but there it is. So I'm going to go get my paper and pull out my paints and be right back. So this is what I'm using again. And here's the sheet for the masterboard. Okay, today I'm really gonna try and make this very simple as far as the paint. I just want to cover the whole background with paint. And I'm not going to overwork this one. I'm going to be really messy. I'm going to leave a lot of these swirl marks. I'm going to try not to blend too much. And I think I'm going to stick with this magenta and this red and a little bit of white. And keep it pretty light so that you can see a lot of the stamps that I'm going to do over it. Hi, Skylar. What are you doing? Nothing? You getting art? Say hi to everyone. You don't feel like saying hi today? No? She has an art corner in my closet with all her supplies. And she's constantly coming in here and grabbing things to do. She's becoming quite the little artist. She's 5 years old and is very good with scissors. What's what? Butterfly? You're going to work with butterflies today? That's cool. I love butterflies. Uh-oh. Okay. I think there's other parts that go with that. I'll have to look at it later.
I have an idea.
You have an idea? Okay. We'll see what she creates and maybe share it at the end of this video.
I need a piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to get control the paint.
Very busy this morning.
And also,
Where are the paintbrushes?
never mind. I think that's the one. It's eating me, Dial.
Okay, my good sponges. All right. And there we go. I'm gonna stop. Nice. The only thing I do want to do is a little bit of gold, but you know what? I'm gonna, as if you remember in the last video, I ran out of gold, so let me go find some more gold. Okay, I found splendid gold. I don't know if this is really the color that I wanted, but it's what we're gonna use. Oh yeah, I think this is, oh, it's the same color, I think. Oh, brushed antique gold is the one that I ran out of. I really like that. I want to see if they still sell that. And this one is splendid gold. Let's see. This one shows up a little bit more. So maybe I like it. Ooh, this is going to be pretty. I'm getting Cupid vibes here. Wonder if I have a stamp of a Cupid. Let's just do. Oops. All right, that's more than I wanted. Let's put a little up here. A little. Let me try and get just a drop. I don't know what it is with gold, but I start with gold and I want just a little shimmer, and then I end up putting it everywhere. It's just so pretty, and you could still see the pinks underneath. But it just has this beautiful little shimmer over everything. And I never wash out my brush, so there's a little bit of color still in there. Right, I'm going to leave this not blended so much, and I like this area. Cool, like little golden clouds. I like it. Maybe just a little bit in here. Okay, done. Okay, I'm already getting out my thinned Mod Podge. It's matte Mod Podge, and I put just a little water in it. It's kind of like buttermilk, maybe a little thinner than buttermilk. I just find it easier to use when I'm doing masterboards like this. And I got a few sheets of tissue paper. A lot of this stuff is from when Skylar was born. And my daughter Alyssa has a friend, Sydney. Hi, Sydney. And I know a lot of my tissue paper comes from packages that Sydney wraps up. She's very creative and uses the coolest stuff. So, Sydney, let's all get another use. And here's one thing I'll say about saving pretty things. I have a terrible time actually using the things that I like because, I don't know, I think a lot of us save things and then you don't want to use them. You're saving it for that special project. But the problem with that is sometimes I grab my favorite things for my special projects and the projects don't go as I planned, and then they go to waste. So now I have so much tissue paper that I really have to use it. And sometimes when you grab those things that are so precious that you don't want to touch them, it ends up being a really, really great project. You get a really nice outcome. Just use it. Use the stuff. And again, sometimes I'm telling you things, but I'm also telling me, just use it. There's more where that came from. Once people know that you like to save things like that and that you're actually going to use it, I have so many friends and clients that don't like to waste things, and if they don't have a use for it, they'll bring it to me. So I have so much tissue paper that I can't even get it all in the container. So if you've seen the other videos, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again for people who have not. I like this sprayer because it's a fine mist. Sometimes I use this one if I need a heavier spray, but this is a fine mist, and I'll take this onto a towel and just give it a light mist, because when I go to glue it on, it won't wrinkle as much. So I'm just going to randomly put tissue paper all over. Now this gold, because I'm coating it with matte Mod Podge, there's a good chance that these are not going to be super shiny. I put them down anyway, and if there's a heart later that I really want it to be glossy like that, you can do two things. You could either tear a piece off and glue it on top, line it up and glue it on top after you've sealed your project, or oops, you can take some gloss and just a thin paintbrush and go over it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but they're still pretty either way. And I love these because you can still see what I've done underneath, but it kind of softens it a little bit. I love using tissue papers on masterboards. It's very quiet in there where Skylar's creating. That usually means paint all over my table. We don't worry about things like that. But when she gets a little older, I will strip and refinish my table. My grandchildren love to create things here. So, you know, your children get older and you think, oh, great, I can have my own nice house, decorate and make things really nice. And then your grandchildren come along and you let them get away with even more. But I just love to see them so proud of their artwork. They really have great imaginations. So funny, some of the stories that they tell as they're explaining the piece that they created. Let's get a little pink in here. I'm just gonna try not to get the straight edges, even though sometimes that's cool. Ooh, this is kind of cool. So this one is not like the ones that I did before. The last ones I made ACEOs, which I just learned what they were. Same thing as ACTs, artist trading cards, but trading cards are meant to be traded and ACEOs are meant to be sold. So I'm probably not going to slice this up in rectangles or even squares. I have, and there's another video on my channel from years ago, a couple of years ago, I don't know how long it's been. Oh, I like that this one's not solid. I don't know if you can see that, but there's almost, I don't know. It's cool. There's a video where I use these. So you can take the masterboard. Let me see. This is the one that I use all the time because I love making tags out of these. So what you do is finish the masterboard, and I know this is upside down, but I'm going to lay it so you can see. But they make the coolest little tags. So you just find an area that you like, and I've got glue all over it now, but you can create these little tags and then do tiny little pieces of art on top of the tag or put a little quote or something like that. So these are some of my favorite stamps to use. Yes.
I have no little tips and I have some little tips I need.
Some of my what?
Little.
Scissors? Oh, glitter?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a minute and I'll find you some glitter. What color glitter do you want?
Gold.
Gold? You want to use my gold glitter? Ah! Okay, I'll find you some gold glitter. Give me just a minute. I'll finish putting this tissue paper on and then we'll go find the little princess some gold glitter. It's actually Saturday, and I usually go ahead when I'm done with my Thursday video as soon as I can. I go ahead and get these masterboards started so that even with all the extra things that happen in my life, I'll be able to get this out for you on Mondays, and I usually end up finishing it on Monday. Let's overlap a little. So it looks like these are still going to be somewhat shiny, but just matted a little bit. So you can see the difference. This one is super shiny, and this still has the shine, but it's not quite as glossy. But I like it. I think I need a few more pieces of red and a few more pieces of pink. And I need to stop putting the hearts all in one direction. Here, let's put some of it here. I like to try and have it all going different directions because you never know how this is going to be cut up. Let me find some. I really like these long lines. We're going to do more of that because when I cut these up, these long pink lines will go through. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I hope that ends up on something. Let me find it. Let's do one in red. See if I can get a long strip. Are you waiting patiently for your gold glitter? Okay. So I was saying, when I am here and I start these on Saturday or Sunday when there's no school, we just got to go with it. There are going to be some interruptions, and that's okay. Skylar likes to watch the videos being made and then watching them on YouTube later, right? Yeah. What's your favorite thing to make in Lala's art room?
I like to paint.
You like to paint? Me too. I love to paint.
I got a little heart.
You got a little heart? The little foam heart from one of her toys. I don't know where it came from. That's fine. You know what? I want some more polka dots. And I should have gotten the black one, but I didn't. That's okay because I think we're going to use a lot of black ink in our stamps today. How about that? Yeah.
I bought it.
You broke it? All right, we will not be stamping foam hearts today.
Why?
Because you broke it. We'll find another one. Another day. Yeah, let's do a nice long strip. I don't know if I love that red underneath there, but that's what it is. Those areas that come out where you're not really loving it, it's okay, because later we're going to stamp and glue things on top of it. Maybe do some painting. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this masterboard. I want to... I have a book of shoes that I really want to paint. I want to paint like the 5x7s that I put in my booth at the painted tree. I thought it would be cool to do a series of shoes. And although this is very kind of Valentine's Day colors and hearts and stuff like that, it's also very girly. So I could do that and then do, I don't know, maybe a nice bright pair of fancy red shoes. I think this is pretty good. I want to take a few pieces here that are smaller and fill in some spaces, because I'm going to do some very small pieces like the little stamp that I just showed you, because I need some small tags for journaling. Or you can also use those little cutout tags that you create using those stamps on cards on the front of a greeting card. And I really need to make a bunch of greeting cards for my store. I just put a little basket of greeting cards that I made before, but there's only a few, and I think that those are usually things that people like to grab, are cards. And I always leave the inside, well, I don't want to say always, I usually leave the inside blank, so you can write a little letter or note or use it for whatever you want. Like these, in this case, you don't have to use them for Valentine's Day. So let me let this dry, and I will go find the child some gold glitter and let her create. Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, wow. Can I show this to everyone?
Yeah.
She cut a beautiful heart. I love it. Thank you for sharing with us.
So we can stamp it.
We can stamp it? Oh, because she broke the foam one. Okay. All right. We'll be back. I think I figured something out while I was away. It's the music. I don't want to play the music in the background on Monday, so I don't, and I think that's why I'm having such a hard time. I love listening to music while I create. So this might be a good exercise. Learning how to create when things aren't perfect. This pen is running out of ink. It's okay. Let's try a different one, but I don't really want these. Nope. Or that one, it's too thin. All right, well, just a little bit more. Okay. It's done. Okay, so I laid a few pieces from the last project on here before, and I really liked it. So this is a piece of deli paper with the edge of my jelly plate, and it has those blues in it, and I know there's not a lot of blue in here. Well, there's none in here at all, actually, but I have to do it because it's so pretty. And then I have a little bit of the bronze that I used in the last one too, and I want to add that. So I'm just going to go with it. I know I'm overworking it again, but it's just what I feel like doing. There's some more gold. So pretty. Another piece of gold and bronze. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on. And today, I'm using book pages to clean off everything, and I'll show you that in a little bit once I get some paint all over it. Where was I going to put this? There. I think that's kind of cool. I love that blue. I'm going to give it a little bit extra because it's not really, it's kind of lifting a little from the edge, so I don't want those blue flecks to come off. I like that. It's so hard to see the shimmer. Maybe it'll show better when it dries from the bronze. And then there's a few little pieces where sometimes I don't want the straight edges. And sometimes I do. Or they're good to put on the edge. I don't know, let a little pink show through on the edge. That's pretty. I wish I had more of that. Okay, I think that's all the pieces. Let's do some words. I'll break this up into two. Okay, so I do like most of the time to have things straight. I try not to do that all the time, but it bugs me if it's not either straight this way, which it's not, or straight that way. I know some people like to just do it Some people like to turn things all different directions, but I prefer to have things straight. Ooh, here's another pretty piece. Where can you go? I think here. No, it won't bug me so much because that goes that way. Yes. And there's a small little piece. And maybe, oh, that's kind of cool. That's already glued together. Let's do that. Oh, yeah. It's been very crazy around here, and the girls took Kylie and Skylar to a show as a surprise, and Grandpa has Carson at Bass Pro Shop. And Lala gets a break. I'm tired today. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep myself from overdoing it, and unless I find one more cool piece. Yep. And then I'm gonna come back and do some stamping. And then I'll figure out how I'm gonna slice this piece apart. I like it. Okay, I'll let it dry and I will be back later. Okay, I definitely want to use these, at least one of the birds, because I want to do a lot of small stuff, but I really like, I just like that, so I want to cut that out for something. But I love the way this looks stamped, so I'm going to do this. And maybe another bird, I'm not sure. And I'm definitely going to use this. Maybe something else, we'll see. And for the jelly plate, I just tore some pages out of a book. And then that's what I'll put on the plate to pull all the paint off as I'm stamping these. So I'm going to put a little bit of let's see, I'll show you first. Now I have the paint on my stamp, and then cross your fingers. I'm afraid to lift it up. Okay. It's okay. I can always go back over it with a black pen if it doesn't work out. I want it to work out so much. Oh, look how pretty. I love that. I wonder if I should do a white one. But I kind of want to stick with the black paint right now. So anyway, now I have this jelly plate, and I'm going to put it over here. We'll see. I don't think it's wet enough still, but anything that gets on the paper, oh, that's more than one sheet. No, anything that gets on here is cool because you can do layers and layers. Okay, not for the bird, but maybe if I do something on top of like another pole in a different color or something. Actually, maybe it is kind of cool. I don't know. So there you go. That's what I'm doing on the side. I really love this stamp. One day I'll have two cameras and figure out how to do this, but Look how cool that is. And I like some of the, I'm not going to think about it too much. I like some of the carving lines on the edge. So I try and carve it really messy. I mean, not all the time, but okay. Cool. Maybe I can do this here. There we go. Okay. It's not perfectly flat, but you can see. I know I probably don't need to push on it that much, but that's nice. I like it. Maybe, oh, that's better. Maybe one more. I want to get a really cool print on the jelly plate here. I'm not a master, not even close. I was a beginner yesterday, almost. Ooh, that's cool. I don't think it's going to stamp as well on here though, but we shall see. Yeah, see, it's only parts, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, I'm back. It's Monday, and it is freezing in South Florida. It took me a little while to get in here this morning because we're not used to this cold weather here. And I'm just gonna quickly add a few more stamps and then cut this up and get out of this art room because it's freezing. I don't have AC. Oh, well, I have a window unit AC, but there's no heat in this room, and I think it was in the 30s last night. And we're used to going to North Florida and feeling that weather, but usually when we're there, we're relaxing and not working. So when it's super cold, we don't have to move around, and I can get under my blankets and just chill out by the fire. This is totally different, getting up and trying to work and get things done. I don't know how you people do it that don't live in Florida. I always say I want to move to North Florida or Central Florida, but I don't know. Definitely have to put a heater in my art room. Let's do this. So if you like these stamps that I'm using, put a comment. Under this video if you want to see how I create these. They're so fun to do. And I probably need to make a few more. And what's really cool is right now I'm using my jelly plate as a stamp pad. So I'll be able to, well, actually, let's do that right now while it's wet. So I have my sheets here. I'm just gonna let that sit there and dry for a minute. And then pull this off and see what I have. Okay, that could be cool. think I'm going to use this one. Yes. I actually created this one for an ocean scene. Oh, I think it looks pretty cool here. Ah, and we'll do one more. And let's do one more kind. Let me pull this off. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to put it down and pull it right away because I need to get this finished and get out of this freezing cold room. Cool, cool. A little more paint. I'm using this. I got this from the artist hall, the estate sale. And I've never used this paint before, but I really like it. It's actually gouache. And I like it for this. I don't know if they sell this on Amazon. I'll look. And if they do, I will link it. Oh, here's another cool one, but I think we've got a lot going on here, so I want to do something a little bit different. This one's cool. Uh-oh. There. Love it. I'm going to stay away from here because I think I want to do a 5x7 there. So, this is a cool spot. And this one's cool here, I'll show you. You can take this one and continue. I haven't done this in a while, so hopefully I can line this up straight-ish. Oh, overlapped a little bit, but that's okay. You get the idea. And we'll do one more up here and call it a day. Maybe I should put the air on 58 degrees in the summertime in this room because when I'm freezing, I think I move quicker. That's it. We're done. All right, I'm going to go slice this up and show you what I get out of this one sheet. Okay, I came back because I did forget one thing. First, I pulled the last stamp from the jelly plate using deli paper so you can see through when I glue it onto other stuff. So that'll come, you'll find it in another project somewhere. But I did forget about this stamp, so I'm going to do this real quick. And I already cut the bird out. Oh, it's going to be so cool. Wait till you see it. All right, let me move this up a little bit. And I'm going to go through and stamp a few of these real quick because my fingers are numb. I know you people that are in other parts of the country that are really freezing right now. I don't know. I don't know what that kind of cold is like. I'm from Alabama. So our coldest days were not as cold as it is out there now. I have been to Colorado, but that was a different kind of cold. It was nice. Okay, so I got a little bit in there. We're going to clean that off because, well, you know what? I'll just do it right here. And I'm going to try to do this a little bit lighter. Okay. So let's see somewhere. I think this is cool. I really wanted, oh, here, let's do. Oh no, I got it crooked. Let's just go with it. So there's a little tag I'll cut out later. Let's do a little heart. You know what? I really should be using a little stamper block, but my fingers are too cold to go dig in through my stuff to find it. Let's see. Here's a cool one. So yeah, if you've got one of those clear acrylic stamper, I don't know what those are called, where you mount the stamp on it and you can see through it where you're going to stamp, that would probably be a better idea. And next time I will do that. I really love this stripe and those little flecks. I'm not going to do all of that line with this, but I want at least a couple. And see how some of this didn't come out really well? You can always take a black pen and kind of fill it out a little bit if you want more. Sometimes I like that broken line look. All right, let me do one more. This is very kind of, I like this right here. Try and get a full solid line here, but you get the idea. Okay. All right, calling it quits. Let me go cut these up. Okay, here's what I got out of that one masterboard. I've got all of these scraps that I can use for tags. So I'm going to put these in my unfinished ephemera box, and then I think that would make a cool belly band in my journal. This too. So I will finish these off, add hangers or stickers or whatever I can come up with. And this one I saved for a bookmark because that's that blue line that I like so much. And I think that'll be cool as a bookmark. I'm going to have to trim it a little bit and hopefully not lose this, but I think it'll be cool in the end. And then these are the little tags with a little bit of that blue. It's so cool because it's really, if you can see, textured. It's raised. I'm going to have to seal that really well so it doesn't come off, but I did put glue underneath. And these will be ATCs or ACEOs. I'll either swap them as ATCs or I will sell them in my shop as ACEOs. Same thing, same size, different purposes. I didn't cut this out, but I'll use it in the tag. I liked this down the edge. I left that one in there too. I could go back and cut those later. This one might go this way. I don't know. But how cool. I just love this process. I could do this all day long with different colors and there's so many different things you could do. We've only scratched the surface here on Masterboard Mondays, but I'll get to all of the fun stuff. Oh, there's a couple more pieces over here. A couple more. That's good. Add that to the stack. And my favorite piece of this masterboard. Check that out. I am loving this. So I don't know how I'll finish it off, if I even finish it off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but this will go in my painted tree booth. And then I've said in other videos, I'll say it again. Once I fill up my shop with these 5x7s, I'll start making some that will be available on my website, but my website is a hot mess right now and I really need help fixing it. But these will eventually start getting uploaded there. So I hope you liked this week's Masterboard Monday, and tomorrow I'll be back with Tuesday tips, and then I might do another stencil video. As a teaser, I'll show you. I I created this stencil the other day, and I've been using it, and I absolutely love it. So anyway, all right, that's coming. Whether it comes Thursday or down the line, I'm not sure yet, but I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you soon.